Okay, what I got on the go today here is I got this old, it's a Busy Bee 12-inch surface planer, and I tried it and it's not as sharp as it should be. And so what I'm doing here is I'm looking at it on the other side here. I've got the cover off. There's just a little cover you take off here, and I hope you can see in here. Here's the, mind you, first thing to know, this is unplugged, okay? This is the first thing you do. You make sure you got that and keep that in mind. Don't have that down over the counter somewhere where you can't see it. If you're gonna have your hands in here, bring the plug up here somewhere so you can keep track of the end of it. You know it's unplugged, okay? All right, that said, I figured out how to get these out. This is a little bit different. What there is, blades here, and there's these little bolts here. And I figured out that the bolts are threaded into this piece under the blade. And what happens is, to tighten the blade, these little bolts are backed out, and they the top of the bolt bottoms out against the other side of this groove, tightening the blade. So to loosen the blades, you just get in here. It's a 5/16 wrench in this case, and you just loosen these bolts. Actually, no, what you do is you just get in there. It's a 5/16 wrench, and by turning the bolts clockwise, as if you were tightening them, you're actually threading them into this little plate, moving the head of it away from the other side of the groove, and it's going to loosen the blade. I don't know if that sounds confusing, but when they're backed all the way out, the little bolt, the head of the bolt goes against the other side of this cut, and it's got no other choice but to tighten that against the blade. So I'm just bringing these out. So what I've done is I took the other blade out, and I've got a sharpening stone, like, you know, what you would sharpen a knife on, or an axe. And so I just thought I would try one blade and see if I could sharpen it on that. And it didn't come out actually too bad. So now I'm gonna take this side off, and this particular planer has 2 blades only. Now those bolts are loose, and they're not left-hand thread, they're right-hand thread, but they're threaded into the little bolt threads into this piece. I think I got them all. All right, let's see if that blade will pop out of there now. There it is, and there's the blade. And I was hoping when I took these out that they'd be double-sided, but they're only a single-sided blade, as you can see. So I'm going to take this over to the bench, and I've got a little bit of a system here. You know, it may not be perfect, but it'll probably get me through today. So I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, got the blade here. I'm just going to put it, bottom part of it, in the vise here, like that. Let's see, like so. Snug it down pretty good. All I've got here is an old stone I used to use for sharpening knives and stuff. It's got a little hollow in it, so it's not perfectly flat. And I just got a bit of water in it, just so I just put a little water on it here. And I've just been going over the edge of that. I was using the side of it here. The side's a bit flatter, so I'm just going on there, just back and forth on that. That wouldn't be necessarily the right way, but for today, I think that it's going to get me through. You see there, just with a few swipes, it starts to bring that rust off it. You see, you can get through there a little bit. So it took me about 15 minutes probably to do the other one. I'm going to just go at it like that. The only thing to be careful of if you're going to try this is don't slip when you're getting it sharp, because you're going to run your hand across the blade. And I was trying it the other way. I had the stone down on the table, and I was rubbing the blade against it. That just seemed, it was hard to hold the angle. It's hard to get the angle held right. So I went to this method. Well, it seems to come out okay. Let's see now. I should actually have a rag for that. Yeah, see, you're getting a little bit out of it there. Wonder if there's a coarser side to this stone. Maybe try this other side here. Some people use oil with these stones. I just got some water. Oh, that seems to be a bit coarser. Yeah, I can see it coming. More of it's coming off this time. This is an old planer I picked up, and I hadn't tried it. I ran the motor when I bought it, and that's all. I haven't put any lumber through it. This is the first time, so it's been sitting for a while. So I thought I would dig it out today and make just a short video planing a few boards. And first cut I made, I realized this is dull, so I had to move into Plan B. So there you get the idea. I'm gonna keep at that. Try the flat side a bit. I'm probably not gonna have the same angle on it when I'm finished. Yeah, it already feels a little better. Ah. The edge of that stone again. A little water. I think that's where oil probably works better. Oil sticks to the stone a bit. Water just runs off. There, that's what you gotta be careful of. Especially using the narrow end of the stone. If I cut myself doing this, this is going to be right up there with one of those Russian wood splitting machines, you know, where there's big things, wedges whipping around inches from a guy's thumb. Most dangerous machines, you know. Whoop, there's my finger. It's coming. That's actually coming along there. I have no idea if this is going to work properly or not, but thought I'd give it a try. Okay. Okay. Actually, that is quite a bit sharper right off the bat. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to try too much harder today on that. I think I'm going to just put that in and see how it does. It didn't get down into that. There's a bit of a recess on the blade, but the edge is sharp. I think that's what's going to make a difference. Okay, let me put that in. Okay, you can see it, you know, the shiny edge on it there, right at the top. It sharpened it. It didn't get, you know, deep, but, you know, it would have taken more time. But I think I'm going to try that. There was some nicks in it. There's a one little tiny nick left in it there, but okay, let's see how that works. So I looked at the other one. Now I got the cord right here, you know, I can see it when I come back to it. So this one, yeah, so it sits in there like that. So this one rolls around. And you just see that little, see how that is? See, when this is threaded, these bolts are threaded into this. So you put the blade in here, and you back those bolts up, and when the head hits the other side of that groove, it's got nowhere to go but to push that plate up, locking the blade in place. It's quite ingenious, actually. Okay, then set that in there, center it. Yeah. Okay, and then just back these little bolts out. I'm gonna start with the center. Good. Okay, so this little cover, dust guard, finger guard. Put that in. And this is how I got it. There's supposed to be 2 wing nuts, I think, on it. But there's only 1 wing nut, and someone put a screw on this side. At least they made an effort to keep the cover on. So what I'm planing today is yellow cedar. I'm not sure if everyone knows what a yellow cedar is. Some call it Alaskan cypress. Anyway, it's quite dense and beautiful wood, mind you. Anyway, this is a piece that I haven't tried, and this is a piece I planed before, and you can see I was kind of digging it out. I didn't think it was sharp enough. And like I say, this is the first time I'd used this planer. Anyway, it's just sitting on the ground on a piece of plywood. Let's see what happens. The chips here. That's the chips I was getting before. Okay, coming off, little bites, and this is the chips since I sharpened the blade. It's more spaghetti-like, longer pieces. So I think I had some success with that sharpening. Look at that. Now, compare those to those. That's pretty good. This is coming out not bad. You know, something to do with the feed isn't working on this thing. Doesn't seem like but I did see there's an adjustment here. It says location of adjusting table, the rollers. So I'm gonna take a screwdriver and see if I can adjust these rollers, maybe lift the rollers a little bit. It's all a learning curve. Yeah, look at that. I don't think it gets much sharper than that, does it? It's pretty good. Okay, let me try another pass. The other side. Okay, I'm thinking that's a success. I think I got those blades way sharper than they were. And even though they're not perfect, I got pretty good results here. I mean, you know, this is yet to be sanded. And not bad at all. For an experiment, I didn't do the other side of this one. And this one was kind of punky. I just used this as a test piece, but I think this end of it's okay. Yeah, quite pleased with that. Yeah, that came out pretty good. Okay, I got a project coming up soon with these boards. That's be another video. That's a surprise. You'll see it when it happens. Anyway, that works pretty good, that little thing. I'm quite impressed. I'm quite impressed. This is made in 1988. Busy Bee fine machine tools, 12-inch surface planer. Model B100, B1009. 2 horse, 115 volt, 60 hertz, 14 amp. Huh. That's a good little machine. That's a good little machine. I like that. Man, look at that. Yeah, yellow cedar, eh? Isn't that beautiful? Okay. That's all for right now. Like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for checking it out.